Good afternoon. I'm Brent Wilsey. With me is Chase Wilsey. We're from Wilsey Asset Management, and welcome to today's Smart Investing Daily Briefing. Well, today we're talking about home equity is up. And if you remember back in 2009, 2010, a lot of people didn't have equity. They lost it. They're upside down. Well, now we're looking at it's up. And actually, look at this number here. 46.7 million residents have equity in their home now. It's actually increasing. A lot of people with equity there. And also, just in the first quarter, 268,000 people regained equity in their home. Numbers are going the right direction here.
Oh yeah, you should be jumping at home, jumping for joy.
Yes.
If you have equity in your home now, and you should probably
have equity. Yes,
exactly. And you should probably know if you have equity. That is definitely need to understand your finances. But again, the number here that is pretty amazing here, as you saw, a $762 billion increase in mortgage equity in the first quarter when compared to the same period in 2015. And then again, as we kind of talked about, 2008, 2009, people didn't have equity in their homes. Well, look at this number. 92% of mortgage homes now have equity. So very, very exciting news here.
Right, and the opposite is that only 8% of people don't. And what this means is that because you have equity, you will go out and you'll maybe remodel that bathroom or that kitchen or buy a new car or something. You'll spend money because you feel good about having equity. So let's take a look at the company and see what it looks like.
Well, and those 8%, just like you never can overpay for anything, those people probably overpaid for those homes.
So. That's true. They could have bought them in 2008 when the market was at a high. So be careful of doing that. Never overpay for anything. Let's look at the company here. Actually, a bank, a Goldman Sachs is actually the bank. It's an investment bank. Current price around 152, the high 215, the low 139. You can see going back to 2012, it's come up nicely, but then it pulled back about mid-2015, hasn't recovered. So the question is it now a good buy? Let's look at the numbers and find out here. We do see that their sales down 33%, earnings fell by 54%, so you have to understand what is going on with that. That is a good place to start. The balance sheet for the bank is a little bit different. They don't use the same accounting that we use. You see no current ratio and debt to equity 585%. That sounds terrible, but again, banks loan money, so therefore their debt to equity situation is a lot different.
Oh yeah, and this is an investment bank once again, so you really have to understand where those sales and where those earnings are coming from, because they are going to be much different than even your traditional banks that are, doing the lending and such. And I did want to point out, back in 2015 for the year, earnings per share were $15.50. However, on a GAAP basis, it was $12.14. Now, the reason I wanted to pull this out was because it was really out of the norm. Traditionally, Goldman Sachs is pretty in line with their pre-exempt and their GAAP earnings, so we would really want to understand what happened in 2015 to have such a big discrepancy between those two earnings. Now, going forward, this is very exciting news. To December 2017, estimated earnings per share on a GAAP basis, $17.68, gives a target sell price, $291.72. So a lot of room for appreciation there.
Right. I do want to point out that GAAP stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. It's the more stringent numbers to look at that we like to look at, not the pro forma, the pre-exempt that they talk about, that they can do anything they want to. So GAAP, very important to look at that. So with that said, let me ask you, are you happy with the return on your portfolio? What about your money? Maybe not getting a good return on your money, or maybe you're not even happy with the current advisor not giving you good information. Well, we've been managing money here successfully for over 30 years. Maybe it's time you gave us a call here at Wilsey Asset Management.
Hey, I want to give us a call and talk about your investments, talk about how we do things at Wilsey Asset Management. Our phone number here is 858-546-4306. And if you've missed any previous Smart Investing Daily Briefings, please go to our website, smartinvesting2000.com.